Hi, this is Sherron from the Modern Savvy CPA, bringing you my second business video, Your Money, Your Business 102. So there's a question that I get asked all the time. And this one question is, when should I decide on getting a tax professional to do my taxes? Since it's January, beginning of January, and it's that time of the year again, you will be asking yourself that question more so than often. This is the time of the year that you do ask yourself that question, and I'm sure you hear from lots of different places about it, and you will be seeing all the commercials about tax time and what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. So one of the big questions is, should I hire a professional to do my tax, or should I do it myself? So there are a few situations where it is best to hire a professional to do your tax. First, let me be clear. Anyone can prepare their own taxes. Some people prefer to handle their tax filing on their own, no matter how complex their tax situation is. But just because you can do something, that doesn't mean you should. A tax pro may be able to prepare your tax in the fraction of the time that it will take you to do it. Plus, tax pros might be able to uncover, they usually know what the latest laws are, and they're able to uncover deductions and credits that you might not be aware of. In any case, I always feel it's best to hire a professional, usually in many of the things I do. For example, not because I could paint my own house, I really want to do that. I'd hire a professional painter because I will make a big mess, and it'll take me forever. And I could be working and doing tax returns and consulting for businesses and making more money that way, instead of stressing myself out on painting and making a mess and having to redo my floors because I made a mess. So I believe in hiring professionals in certain situations. So one of the reasons you should hire a tax pro is, I believe, one is if you're self-employed. If you're self-employed, you definitely want to hire a tax pro, meaning you're a sole proprietor. You definitely want to hire a tax pro to help you gather all your income and your expenses and all of your information, and make sure that you have everything. And there's definitely a lot of different credits and situations that you can take advantage of, like retirement accounts and your health care that's deducted in a certain place on your tax return, that might be able to help you on your taxes. One of the things that people always ask is this deducted, or is that deductible, or is that a deduction, or is this a deduction? Many of the things that you all out there, the simple guy, might think is a deduction, probably is. But where the deduction goes on your return to get you the most benefit is the question. All deductions are not the same. A credit is a credit. It's beneficial. A Schedule A deduction is doesn't necessarily mean you'll get all of that as a deduction. An above the line deduction is definitely more advantageous than a Schedule A deduction. So not all deductions are created equally. So you can say, oh, I deducted that on my return, but did you get the most for your deduction? Did you deduct it in the right place? Because depending on where you put it on your tax return will maximize your tax refund and minimize your tax liability at the end. So if you didn't learn anything from this video, learn that not all deductions are created equally. And a tax pro would definitely know that. The other major reason that you should seek a tax pro is usually when you have life changes. If you got married and you used to file single and now you're married, you need to know what the difference is. If you got divorced, if you're buying or selling a house, if you've inherited property, if you're moving from one state to another, you definitely need to see a tax pro, because in some states you have to think about the state tax income tax returns, and the state tax liabilities and what credits the state will be giving you. So you definitely want to see a tax pro for that. The third thing is when you own rental property. Now, in all my decades of doing this, this is one of the places I've always seen errors in people who do their own tax return when they own rental property. This is one of the main places I see an issue. And the issue is a big one. The issue is depreciation. Now, I went to 5, 6 years of accounting school, so and understanding depreciation is one of the hardest things for accounting students to understand. So you, as a regular guy, to understand depreciation is hard knocks rocks, because it's not the easiest thing to do. Understanding depreciation, it is not the easiest thing to do. So and most of the time I see people do their rental property schedule E. Schedule E is the schedule that the rental property goes on, and they do not include depreciation. They do not have an asset schedule that will depreciate their rental property, which is a big no-no, because when you go to sell the property and there's no depreciation that you take, you did not get the benefit of the depreciation through the years, then the IRS has a rule that says depreciation allowed or allowable, which means that they're going to charge you for that depreciation whether you got the benefit of it or not. And it could make a huge difference on how much tax you're going to have to pay on your capital gains and your profit on the sale of that rental property. So that alone is worth the few $100s that you're going to have to pay to get your taxes done from a professional. The other instance is when you have foreign accounts or foreign investments, or you have you're trading on the stock market, or you're an active trader. Then your return can get a little hairy, and it's important that you have you have a professional look at your stuff. Definitely with foreign accounts, there are laws that has to do with the Department of Treasury with foreign accounts, where you might be liable to do informational returns for your foreign accounts, and they're really tracking down on that these days. The complexity of your return helps you determine whether you should seek a preparer, a professional tax preparer, or if you can do it yourself. Just the basic uncovering of tax savings that you might be able to save by seeking a professional might even pay the tax bill that your tax preparer's bill that it would cost you to do your taxes. That's one of the things. 1 year it might pay for 5 years. 1 year something that a tax preparer might find you will pay for 5 years of you doing the return. It just kind of depends. You could say, okay, I'm good for all these years, and then something happens and it's a little crazy. It goes a little crazy. So it depends on your complexity of doing your return. The other things that you need to be aware of is that whether you decide that you want your returns to get done by a professional, or you decide that you're going to do it yourself, is definitely deciding on if you want to spend the time doing it. A tax preparer might take 2 or 3 hours to do a return, whereas you're going to take 2 or 3 days to do a return, and you're going to be miserable, and you're going to be stressed out, and you don't know if you're answering all the questions right on your tax software. So you definitely want to be able to be able to have peace of mind by seeking a tax professional. So even if you don't hire a tax professional, or you hire a tax professional, you always have to do your part. One of your part is definitely gathering your information, making sure that you are giving your tax preparer, or you have all of the information you need to prepare your tax return. Your job is to gather all the right information to get to your preparer. One of the things I always ask for when I am preparing someone's return for the first time is a copy of their prior year's return. So just in case there's something on the prior year that I don't see on this year, I will always ask them for that. Sometimes it's something that's a one-time thing, so then I know it is. If it isn't and they forgot something, I remind them that that's something that we need to talk about. So, you definitely need to make sure you're giving your tax preparer all of the information that they need to prepare an accurate return. Because in the end, even though you seek out a tax preparer, you're the one that's ultimately responsible for everything on your return. You're the one that's going to be signing for it. And even though someone else prepared it, you're the one that's responsible. So you want to make sure you're giving them the right information and you're reviewing it. And if you have questions, you ask them the questions so you understand the next year to make sure that you're organized enough to get all of your information together. Unfortunately, I think that our tax laws are only getting complicated and more complicated as times go by. So the more and more you're going to need to seek out professional help doing your taxes. I know that every president that comes in and every Congress that comes in, they tell us they're going to make the tax code simpler. In my years of doing this, in my decades of doing this, every time a new president come in and a new Congress come in, oh, we're going to make it simpler. We're going to make it simpler. Well, I'm here to tell you, it has never gotten simpler. It is still growing and growing and growing, and it is very complex. So, definitely seek out a preparer if you're not sure about something and you're not comfortable with something. Anyways, that is my talk on your money, your business. I will talk to you next time. Please do not forget to click on the bell to subscribe to my channel for future videos. And definitely click on the link and let me know if you have any questions. You want to send me any questions that you want me or any subject that you want me to cover on future videos. Thanks again. Bye.